Welcome to another episode of The Spectators. We're your hosts, Alejandro Barrio.
And I am Julian and we're here to talk about how good Kyrie Irving is.
How good?
How good.
Too good.
Way too good.
Oh my.
He's fadeaway jumper in Klay Thompson's splash brother mouth good.
Oh, who burned the court? Oh, that was his shoes. He's flaming.
How many steals did he have? I don't know. He unveiled the Kyrie threes, and they were kind of fire, but not as fire as him.
Draymond, how you feel about this game?
Klay Thompson? Nope. Splash Brothers? Nope. We won? Nope. We here? Nope. Cavaliers? Yup. They suck? Nope.
Thank you, Draymond, for your great choice of words, and we're going to go a little bit deeper into this game. Kyrie hits a game winner against the 4-loss Golden State Warriors.
5 lost now.
5 losses now. To beat them in Game 8 of the 2016 NBA Finals to solidify the rings that they have been so braggadocious about all season.
Make some more rings for them.
Make a second ring, a little bit smaller for their pinky, maybe for like their chain. I don't know, for their girlfriends. I don't know. But
just make it for them.
Just make it for them.
Is there
make
an
it for Kyrie.
Is there an MVP? Because he won it.
He definitely did with that shot.
But just for the game, not for the season.
Of
Because we got Mr. Westbrook up in here.
We have plenty of other MVPs, and it's not Kyrie Irving.
I'm sorry, Kyrie.
Sorry, Kyrie. You're not even the MVP of your own team, sadly.
We love you.
Besides this game, you were cool.
Thank you for being the Warriors so much.
The Steph Curry killer.
God, the Warriors choking, man. And
they're choking with 5 losses. It's sad.
Yeah,
it's
that's
sad
so
that we're
sad.
saying that because they
only have 5, but they're choking. I mean, if you can't beat championship, you're choking. And I saw this thing that said LeBron James and the Cleveland Cavaliers. I knew what that is. I was pausing for emphasis. Dramatic intense. They are, in the past 4 games, 4-0, after Klay Thompson told LeBron James that this was a man's sport. Isn't that interesting? I believe it was after Game 4. The Warriors were up 3-1 in the series, and Klay Thompson was like, "This is a man's sport." And then
you don't get LeBron
you don't trash talk to anyone. No, not even LeBron.
You can trash talk people because he's Klay Thompson. He can shoot over you and probably
they were 3-1, and then he said this is a man's sport, and then bam.
You don't trash talk LeBron James and give him a reason to want to put you in the dirt.
I saw the video
do it.
I saw the video of the journalist telling LeBron James
and he laughed.
And he said.
He said it's funny or that's cute or something. He had a very, very sarcastic reaction, and it was very like, "LOL, this team's gonna, they're gonna lose."
He said, "LOL," called up the NBA and said, "Hey, we need to win these next 3 games. Make it happen."
Get Draymond out. Make him kick me. Make Draymond kick again, as good old Donald J. Trump would say.
What's worse, that or getting your ear blown on? Just.
Oh, the good old Lance Stevenson.
Remember him?
Will never die.
Remember him?
Die. Lance Stevenson. Is he somebody? Is he in the league?
Yeah. Somebody text their mama's great aunt. Is he still there? Somebody text him.
Where is he playing? Is he in the D League? Is he in China now? Playing with Stephon
Canada called. They don't want you.
Wow. That means the Raptors will not take you.
What happened to him? Yeah, the Raptors won't take you.
The Raptors will not take you. They're not going to make a new team for you.
China's like, nah, no.
Jeez. But yeah, Lance Stevenson. What else? Over the weekend, there was a high school player who's a top 10 type recruit. He's going to Alabama for basketball. His name is Colin Sexton. Look him up if you don't know him. This boy can play. He had a defender in high school. They were at the foul line, and the defender just looks at him. He starts staring at him.
And then this guy
gets
on down the stairs.
He looks at him. He realizes what's happening. He stares, and then he gets onto his eye level, and just stares right back. It's kind of like what you staring at?
How you doing, boo?
What? You like what you see? And
you gotta take me on a date first, hon.
I like all the memes that are happening on the foul line. We got to keep them going. I'm sure. Oh, and then also for the Houston Rockets, rookie in the league. He unveiled his famed granny shot from the foul line this weekend.
Oh, yeah.
And he was 2 for 2.
Hey, he made it.
He made them both. I don't get it.
It was wet.
It's a very...
It was splash. No rim.
He's
just net.
It's just pure talent is what they call it.
Honestly, granny shot can be very difficult.
Labeled the next LeBron James with the granny shot.
Mm-hmm.
And he probably has a better shooting percentage than LeBron. I don't know. LeBron was 2 for 6 or 2 for 7 in this game against the Warriors. They could have won by 9 points. But LeBron was just throwing up bricks at the foul line like it was Dwight Howard in his prime.
In his prime?
In his prime. That means he was really bad at the foul line back then. Really,
Go
really
Magic.
Bad. Go Magic. Go Atlanta. They're kind of good with him. They're okay. And the Rockets got better. The Rockets get rid of Dwight Howard, and now they're the 3 seed in the West. Scoring 100.
James Harden's going
120 points a game. James Harden scoring
Imagine if James Harden...
27 and a half or something like that.
Yeah, James Harden's averaging 27 and a half points. Russell Westbrook, 31 points.
Whew.
I don't know.
KD's averaging 28, 29.
Imagine if those 3 Musketeers were still on the same team. Imagine that.
They were in a finals together and somehow lost. These are 3 of the top 5 players in the league. James Harden and Westbrook are both averaging double-doubles. Westbrook's averaging a triple-double, really, with 11 assists and 10 rebounds and 31 points. It's just something stupid. Oscar Robinson-type numbers. We haven't seen that in a long time. And then KD's being KD and kind of scores every time he touches the ball.
Except for last shot. Let me trip on my 16
size
foot.
When Mr. Richard Jefferson, 36-year-old, but not a day over 30, decided to play lockdown D and dunk over Kevin Durant in this game also.
It was a good matchup.
KD. I got you on my wall as a poster.
And you're
not Richard Jefferson.
You're not the good one, but
dunked on you.
That happened a day.
Klay Thompson, you too.
Day and a half ago.
Klay, you got dunked on by Richard Jefferson so bad that if you check Twitter within 10 minutes of that dunk, all you saw was, "Oh my God, R.I.P. Klay Thompson. Klay Thompson has been killed. Richard Jefferson committed homicide. Richard Jefferson somehow found Fountain of Youth." You became a meme for 10 minutes about how bad you got dunked on.
LeBron posted this.
LeBron had to meme you.
He posted it and says, "Where's that Fountain of Youth? Share it."
LeBron doesn't even need it. LeBron's going to be 36 and he's going to be still the best player in the league. Don't ask me how. He has the Tom Brady effect. LeBron James is the inflated ball Tom Brady of the NBA. No cheating is needed for LeBron. But Brady this season doesn't need to deflate. He doesn't need receivers, because I couldn't name one on that team. Gronk's hurt.
Is the Patriots the best team in the NFL right now? Remember Dallas?
I don't think it's even a discussion. I think Patriots are far ahead as the best team in the NFL. Yeah, you have Dallas. They're playing well. They beat the Lions so bad. They beat them so bad. But
the Lions were doing good, and then they weren't.
Yeah.
They were doing good, but then they weren't.
They lost by double.
And the AFC playoffs, basically, I think the AFC playoffs are set in stone. I don't think there's nothing else that could happen.
Set in stone. Guys.
Because...
stop me if you've heard this in the last 10 years, because you haven't. Or some 10, 8, whatever it's been years. The Miami Dolphins are in the playoffs?
What?
Ryan Tannehill got into the playoffs.
Weren't they 1-5 at the beginning of the season?
They lost. They went to overtime with Cleveland. They almost had to get pushed out of the league. Shout out to Cleveland for getting their win.
Shout out San Diego. You guys are awful.
If this was the English Premier League, the San Diego Chargers would be relegated.
Awful.
They deserve to become a college football team just based on this. And
send them to Canada.
Hey, they're not going to stay in San Diego. They might have. They had a chance. They were kind of hey, we might do it. Y'all lost to Cleveland. Y'all need to go, anywhere.
You had an 0-14 team.
Send you to Vegas. Send you to...
Vegas is the Raiders now.
Hey,
R.I.P. to the Raiders.
Derek Carr. Oh,
guys,
so sorry.
We were rooting for you. We honestly were. We even said last episode we want Raiders to win.
Raiders! Yeah, I mean...
But broken fibula. Out.
I don't think I've ever seen such a disheartening injury at the end of his NFL season like this.
And that actually is going to lead me to something right now. You're in the playoffs, the Raiders. You're in the playoffs.
They made it.
3 weeks left. 3 games. Don't even matter because you're not going to get home field advantage. You still won the division.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't even matter. Maybe you might get the second seed and you may skip a week.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe. But this is what it's leading me into. Is it smart to start players when you're in the playoffs and you're already in? Because, example number 1, broken fibula. Now, I don't care if they're in the playoffs. They're not going to go anywhere.
And
even if they try to...
Who is Matt McGloin, and do you really think he's going to take you to beat the Pittsburgh Steelers or the Chiefs?
Even the Chiefs, yeah.
Or the Patriots?
So even if they want to go far, they can't. Because the teams
To be completely fair, the Raiders won their division, so they're going to be in the wild card round. And they're probably going to play the Miami Dolphins.
Which isn't a bad game.
They could beat the Dolphins.
Yeah, I'm sorry, Miami.
Let's be real. They can beat the Dolphins.
I'm sorry.
If they get stuck against the Steelers, I might just bury the Raiders now.
Yeah. The Steelers, right now, the 2 leading ones for the AFC are Steelers and Patriots. Miami.
Chiefs.
Well, they are slept on.
Chiefs have the second. They have the 2 seed, and if they win again. No, yeah. If they win again,
I just don't know about the Chiefs. They're that team that it's like, well, great record, but their losses are. Like, what? How did they lose to them?
Losing to the Bucs.
Yeah, there's some losses in there that were unnecessary.
They beat the Raiders twice this season, which is
good.
Which is pretty impressive.
So that wasn't even looking good for the Raiders.
But man, that AFC is kind of apart from. See, I want to say they're loaded, and then I look at the Dolphins, who don't scare me as a playoff team. They kind of remind me of the Bengals, where they're just going to lose.
Who is it? It's Chiefs, Patriots, Steelers, Dolphins. Who's the other 2? Exactly. That's exactly what we were talking about, people. We don't even know the other 2.
No, I do. That's the problem. The AFC South. Houston Texans.
Who's their quarterback? Do they have one? Have they picked one?
Last name Savage, but no, I'm not 21. This is Tom Savage. Starting for them. He took over the job over the $76 million man who really should be thrown in jail for thievery.
Yeah, fraud. This man committed fraud.
Fraud, theft, grand larceny.
Grand theft.
I mean, he left the Denver Broncos to go and steal $76 million from the Houston Texans organization. How do you...
I mean, he technically helped get to the playoffs. Technically.
He was a fill-in. You could have put in a piece of plywood, and that defense still would have won you games last season for the Denver Broncos.
Mm-hmm.
And so now this guy, I can't even think of his name right now, this quarterback, because he's so insignificant to me and my life. I was thinking Trevor Siemian, but that's the current Broncos quarterback. He means more to me than Brock Osweiler. There it is. Brock Osweiler. $76 million. And now he's riding the bench with the good old practice players.
Yep.
And hey, Tom Savage is 2-0.
Hey, those practice players make $60,000 a year. Just little fact for you. They average $60,000 a year.
Maybe Osweiler should give him a little piece of his pie and
raise it,
because they probably do more for the team than he has this season.
Right now, AFC is looking like a big favorite, because NFC, aside from Dallas, who I still feel like they might choke, and the other teams that are NFC and the NFC playoffs,
they all feel beatable.
They all feel those teams are awful teams that made a good run at the end.
They all feel I mean, the Giants aren't awful. Their defense is like...
Hey, they beat Dallas.
Their defense is the real deal this year. They're the only team that beat Dallas this year.
Twice.
They beat them twice. So, obviously, the Giants
Green Bay sucked, and then they made a run.
I mean, Aaron Rodgers...
Lions have been steady okay this whole year.
Yeah,
you can't say they're bad.
The Lions have been blowing it these last few seasons. They could have clinched it 2 weeks ago. They could have clinched it last week, and then this week.
Last night, nothing.
And they keep
Atlanta,
losing.
great, amazing offense, Matt Ryan. But their defense
isn't even as bad as it's been in the past few years, and I don't think Matt Ryan's getting enough MVP love. Everybody seems to be going towards Tom Brady and Aaron Rodgers, but you look at Atlanta; they're the top scoring offense in the NFL. Matt Ryan's led the league in passing yards the entire season. I mean, I don't think he's given it up after like week 2 when he officially got it, or week 3.
What
and
about
this is without him.
Saints? Drew Brees.
Drew Brees does not have as many yards.
Really?
He does not. Matty Ice has been the quarterback of the year.
And Drew Brees is having a
yards.
heck of a year.
And Drew Brees is Drew Brees, Hall of Famer.
Goodness.
I mean, probably 5,000 yards again. It's dumb. It's very dumb. But this Atlanta offense, they seem to score. And they played the Rams and I think the 49ers the last few weeks. So I feel a little bad for saying they score a lot.
Even the Panthers, they scored 30-something on them.
But, man, Atlanta, if they actually could score in a game, like a playoff game, I don't know if they can because they've choked in the last few years just prior to getting to the playoffs. Now I feel like it's going to go into the playoffs. They're going to just start choking. There'll be another Bengals where they'll make the playoffs and then lay an egg.
Yeah, but see, people, NFC isn't looking too good.
The Bucs could have been in the playoffs 2 weeks ago.
Could have lost.
The Bucs need a hope, a prayer, and a baby Jesus miracle.
See, but what I don't understand,
to get it.
How do they get in? Because, okay, Lions versus Green Bay.
Yep, they need a
winner wins a division.
Winner wins a division. Loser potentially
gets the wild card.
Potentially. If the Redskins win,
they're in.
The Redskins win and they're in.
Yes. If they lose, then that leaves it open for either Green Bay, the loser of the Green Bay Lions, and maybe, like very small maybe, the Bucs sneak in there.
See, the Bucs are going to need the Redskins to tie again. Second time this season.
Lose? Not lose?
No.
They need a tie. How are you going to tie? Twice in the year, how are you going to tie?
If you tie twice in a year, boy, they better change the
right now,
rules.
if the Redskins tie,
rules.
NFL's rigged.
Ooh.
Because this is bad.
That's pitiful. So they need the Redskins to tie. They need the Lions to beat the Packers because the Bucs have a better division record than the Packers, but not the Lions. So if the Lions would get the wild card, they'd be in. So they need the Lions to win. And then they need the Redskins to tie.
That's just awful.
That seems not possible.
This miracle would be, put $1 in Vegas and you might win $1 million because this is bad.
Yeah, you don't do it. Go for it.
This is
bet
bad.
on the Bucs. Bet on them because you're not going to win it. But like,
if you do,
you could get a Leicester City. Hey, if you bet Leicester City last year, you are a very, very, very rich man or a dedicated fan. I don't know which one.
And the winners were very dedicated fans. And they won a good amount.
What was it? 1 to 1,500 were the odds in that. I could have put $1 and made 1,500, and I'm pretty sure you can only put in like 100 minimum. So I would have made $150,000 off
or
of picking
you can cop
Leicester.
out easy early, like some of the bets did. Can you imagine that? Some of the
not believing in Leicester.
Yeah, not believing. So the people that bet money for Leicester, there's like I think there was 4 or 5 games left, and they were at. Don't quote me on this. I'm just saying numbers right now. Let's just say for fun, they were at $240,000 in winning. In winning for fun.
Okay.
Don't quote me on that. For fun, they're at $240,000 winning.
Mm-hmm.
There's 5 games left in the season. 5 games. 5 little games. Now you have to take in consideration the bet was to win the league, not to come in second. No one cares about that.
Not to pull an Arsenal and get fourth.
No. This is the win. So it is nerve-wracking seeing Tottenham, who at the time was second, catching up.
And they were playing well.
Catching up. Leicester
Man City too.
And Leicester City was like, hey.
They started tying.
We're like, wait a minute, hold up. We're not winning anymore.
We might not be.
So it is a little scary that all that money could go out the window. But if you would have just held out a little more, just a little more, because I believe out of those 5 games, 3 games into that, that's when Tottenham was disqualified from actually winning the actual thing. They couldn't win. It was impossible. Mathematically improbable. But if you would have done that, double it. Now, not even gonna lie, I probably would have chickened out. But still.
If you're a betting man.
Honestly, this is a once in a lifetime. You can either look at it as, hey, I need the money, it's once in a lifetime, let me take it. Or, hey, it's once in a lifetime, YOLO, go for it.
I might as well.
Put
in all my chips on the table.
You know darn well you weren't gonna you weren't gonna see that money back. You know you just did it because you're a fan and you were gonna do it. Why not just take it? Just leave it. And they would have won at least double. That's one thing. But
now
getting back on track.
I just I just really hope now, after Leicester's just magical and really cool season last year, that I don't know why, I just really kind of want them to get regulated this season.
Back on down.
I feel as though that would just be the complete bringing the story to a full 360 from first to worst and from worst to first and worst again.
Mm-hmm.
That would be a cool story. I'd love to see a movie on that. Probably get Will Smith in there. Maybe Denzel. I don't know. Fences out now.
Who's the new one
Go see it. Looks good.
Who's the Black Panther in Avengers?
Ooh.
He'll make a good one. You know, he's from Anderson, South Carolina. That's where I grew up. That's where he's from. He went to high school there. He lived.
You probably know his little brother.
He went to high school there. He did. Here's a little fun fact about this man. He went to NYU School of Acting. Let me tell you, people, you don't get into that school.
No.
You don't get into it. I think there's a total of anywhere from 10 to 15 people get in a year.
If you're an actor out there,
I think the acceptance rate to that school is like 1%.
That should be where you want to go.
That's where you need to go.
But like, let's be real.
I heard stories that if you go into that school, there's a classroom, a class, and literally what you do, you sit in the chair by yourself. I know the instructor stays for a little bit. He tells you one emotion, just one emotion, sad, happy, anything. And you have to be that emotion for like the whole class period, an hour and 15 minutes, an hour and a half. You have to do that emotion. Anything you do is that emotion. You have to be sad the whole time, happy the whole time, and you got to make it happen, perfect it.
Just sounds like a weird psych project.
Because, I mean, it's psychological.
Sounds very like way too hardcore. Project.
That's NYU.
I like to take the Drake Bell approach in Drake and Josh, and he says, hey, what's acting? You show up, you say some stuff, you go home.
Mm-hmm.
That's my take, and I'm sure that's my boy Bradley Cooper's take also. He just seems so casual, so clean with it. He shows up, he says some stuff, and he goes home. And some of these athletes, they show up, they ball out, and they go home. You know who does that every night? Kyrie Irving against the Golden State Warriors. Woo! Does he ball out against them? I still can't believe it. I can't believe it. We're going to, I'm going to make this weird transition into our segment of Smart or Stupid. Alejandro, smart or stupid? Not having Steph Curry as the best point guard in the league and giving it to somebody by the ringtone of a James Harden, Russell Westbrook, Kyrie Irving. Isaiah Thomas also. These are CP3, Dame Lillard. There's a whole...
You're saying smart or stupid to have him, or smart or stupid to replace him?
Anybody
else to get it?
To be the best point guard in the league.
Smart. Here's the thing you got to think about, though. People are saying he's having an off year, but this man, he's still having a heck of a year.
25 points per game.
25 points per game.
5 losses.
His team has 5 losses. Come on, guys.
Fresh off a finals appearance.
But at the same time, Westbrook, oh my.
Triple-double.
Triple-double average. Harden, he's going crazy.
Double-double.
And he's not even point guard. He just slid in there.
Yeah.
But I feel like it's smart to have someone else replace him, even though he's not having a bad year. But he's having a bad year for him.
Compared to the rest of the point guards also. A bad Steph year and a good year for these other guys. Isaiah Thomas is averaging 28, 29 points per game in his last 6, 7, 8. And he's a 5. Let me tell you this. Alejandro is next to me. And he's what, 6'2", 6'3"?
Yep, 6'2".
He's 6 inches, 7 inches taller than Isaiah Thomas.
Jeez.
And he's sitting here talking about Isaiah Thomas. Or I am, at least.
Goodness.
He's 5'9", Isaiah Thomas.
Good for him.
Whew. 5'9".
Good for them.
The commentators were flaming him the other day because his kids were on the court playing, and they're like, "Oh man, the bigger one's almost his dad's height already."
Jeez,
this kid's
Why you gotta roast that man?
He's 7 years old.
Let the man win and leave him alone.
Let him win and let him ball out. If only he was on a different team than Boston. I don't want to root for a guy on Boston.
Julian, let me ask you a smart or stupid.
Okay.
Smart or stupid? There's been a little controversy in the NFL about starting some players, even in college mainly, starting players when you're already going to make the playoffs. So smart or stupid? Dallas, one more week of football, starting Dak and Zeke.
Oh, but All right, it's a smart and stupid. You start them, you play them 2 quarters, 1 quarter, however long they feel they
treat
need
it like
to.
a preseason.
You treat it like a preseason. You give them play. You have them prepare for the game because they are rookies and they still they shouldn't have a week off, even though it's necessarily a week that they are playing. They shouldn't. That's not a mindset they should get used to. So you let them practice for the week. You let them prepare like they normally would, and then the first, second quarter, even especially if you have a lead or if you're losing. Either one.
Yeah, because it doesn't matter. You clinched the division. You clinched the home field advantage.
Yeah.
You're done.
You give them a little bit of play. You throw a dog a bone. You play. You use.
Let Romo play.
You throw some plays that you wouldn't necessarily use.
Hey,
what you want to do is you want to use plays like Dez Bryant throwing a touchdown this week, and you want to use those plays so that these other teams, they don't just worry about Dallas is going to run the ball. You got to worry about Dak throwing it 50 yards, which he did a few times in this game. You got to worry about a trick play to Dez Bryant. We didn't even know he was a lefty, and he's throwing left-handed touchdowns. I mean, you want to open up the playbook a little bit, and I would do that for the first quarter with these rookies, and then you take out Dak, you put in Tony Romo, and then they win by 90 points, and now you start Tony Romo in the playoffs, and he gets hurt again. I would love that. But except he doesn't get hurt because he would throw 5 picks before getting hurt. He would ruin the ship before actually leaving the ship.
Mm-hmm.
That's the Jerry Jones way. You got to sit him at some point. Don't play him the whole game.
All right.
So Alejandro, for you, smart or stupid?
Hit me.
Do you think is it smart?
I'm ready. Or stupid.
Is it smart or stupid to have the Golden State Warriors and the Cleveland Cavaliers in the finals again?
Oh, I think it's smart. The East is shaping up a little bit, but just a little bit. But Cleveland's still Cleveland. LeBron's still LeBron. Kyrie is even more. He's even more Kyrie. So I feel like that's kind of not set in stone, but penciled in. It's penciled in.
We already have tickets bought.
Or not penciled, erasable pen. So it's still pen.
Expo markered on.
But it can be erased.
Gotcha.
And for the West, Spurs are a sleeper. Houston, hello.
If they continue.
Clippers
are cool. Somehow.
They're in there. But Golden State could still make it, probably will. Not even going to lie. But they have more competition, and it might
Something could
change.
happen today.
Something could happen. Just one
Less
thing.
likely to Cleveland, more likely to Golden State.
So I'm going to say smart, but don't take your eye off of stupid.
Put a little asterisk.
Yeah, put an asterisk down on the bottom. Put might be stupid. All right, Julian, I'm going to stay Dallas themed because I'm a little intrigued.
Okay.
Smart or stupid?
Okay.
This might be an easy one. But Tony Romo, you're in the playoffs. This man's never won a Super Bowl.
Don't start him.
In the Super Bowl?
No.
Not even in one play?
No.
This man hasn't made it to the Super Bowl.
No.
Nothing.
No. The only play you're putting him in the Super Bowl is when he's taking the field goal snap and he's putting it down for Dan Carpenter to pick it up.
Remember what happened when he took down a field goal snap? He bobbled it. He tried to run for a touchdown, got stopped short. Dallas didn't make the playoffs. You remember that play?
I do.
You do. Mm-hmm. So I don't even know. I wouldn't even trust him here. But since that was so easy, let me go another one.
Okay. Too easy.
Too easy. I'm not exactly sure how your feelings are on Dallas making the Super Bowl.
Ugh.
That's not a good sign. But if they did,
okay,
or if something happened to Dak, do you think they could still advance far?
If Dak is out and Romo is in, they lose whatever that game is for the playoffs.
So basically, you have no faith in Romo.
Zero faith. So I think Tony Romo hasn't played.
That should have been my smart or stupid. Any faith in Romo.
Romo has not played since the preseason, where he got drilled and taken out. I think Tony Romo, the last time he played was sometime like early last season, not even like recent last season, because they were in the playoff hunt. Then he got hurt, and then they lost like 8 straight. They were like 4-1, and they just kept losing. It was actually hilarious.
He gets hurt so much.
Oh, it's awesome.
I saw on Halloween time a picture of a little kid, Dallas fan, dressed as Tony Romo, had a cast on his arm, cast on his leg. He had like
glass
his neck.
bones and paper skin. But yeah, I just think putting Tony in, although he has connections with a lot of these guys, it ruins the chemistry, it ruins the offense. He's going to want to throw the ball more often because he is a very talented quarterback. So he's going to want to throw the ball, and he's not going to want to hand it off to Zeke.
And you need to. Although this man is getting worked.
Zeke, and you know what? They got to continue to work him. That's why you got to sit him a little bit this next week. Then they got the bye week because they're the 1 seed. And Zeke, he'll be fine. He's a young kid.
Just keep eating.
Young kid. Just keep.
Eat that cereal.
Eat that cereal, boy.
I saw a meme.
Oh, gosh.
It was a meme of Tony Romo.
Oh, yeah.
And it was like, when they let Dez throw a pass before you. And I was like, oh, no.
Hey, Dez didn't get hurt. Even though Dez gets hurt every season, too. I don't know what.
Dallas stay getting hurt.
I don't know what it is between those.
Good for these rookies for not getting hurt.
Yeah, they balling and they healthy.
O-line's great.
Is it
Zeke bought O-line all these
healthy,
amazing Christmas presents. Right. Good for him. That was nice of him. Because, honestly, O-line gets it done.
Bro.
Who makes those holes? O-line. Who gets those pushes? O-line.
You think Zeke running through just a giant cave untouched is because he's that good?
No.
He
can find the holes and he's fast.
Quick. He got vision.
Great vision.
But
without the holes, he can't use that vision.
Imagine if you were on the Cleveland Browns trying to run.
Without those blocks, he can't use his speed to get out.
Yeah.
So good for him for getting that whole line.
Yeah. If Romo's, let me get back.
Oh no, back to Romo.
If he plays because Dak gets hurt or for whatever reason, if he even plays one snap to throw a ball, it's probably going to be a pick or an injury. They're going to lose. The NFC, their teams are too opportunistic, especially the ones going to be in the playoffs. If you play an Aaron Rodgers or if you play a Giants defense that's beaten you twice or anything like that, you're going to lose. I'd love to see the Giants-Patriots.
I was about to say that.
Giants-Patriots part 3. I'm booking it right now.
Part 3.
I'm booking it right now. Odell. He doesn't even need a helmet catch in this Super Bowl. He's just going one hand.
I'd like to see Eli go take another one. Take 3 away from Brady. Because you like Brady. You can't hate the guy.
Oh,
I mean, you hate him? I feel like he's not a player that's like
likable.
Yeah. But at the same time, I don't see people hating him.
I respect.
There you go. Respect him.
Yeah.
But
I'd love to. Eli versus Tom is one of my favorite matchups ever, and I also want Eli to win another Super Bowl. You know why? Because as bad as people think Eli Manning is, and as many turnovers, I want him to have a bigger.
I want him in the Hall of Fame before his brother.
Absolutely, I do. And as much as great as Peyton was, he didn't deserve to be a Super Bowl playing quarterback last year because he played like dog poop.
That was defense that got it done.
I don't even know if he played in the Super Bowl because of how bad he played in the Super Bowl. And Eli is not worse than that last year. And he has Odell. If you have Odell, in Odell we trust, we will whip our way into the playoffs and into the Super Bowl. Go G-Men. That's where I'm going. I'm going to Vegas right now. I'm going to put it down.
Oh, boy.
G-Men Pats.
Thank you for tuning in this episode. Make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, follow us on Twitter at _The Spectators. Tune in next time, guys.
We are the Spectators, signing off.